Why is it that we don't hear more from channels like Discovery Channel, National Geographic, and PBS that the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah has been found? Is it because they don't really want us to know this evidence for the Bible? Watch this video as we share 5 archaeological evidences for the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. Number 1 is sulfur being found in these historical sites of Sodom and Gomorrah.
What evidence is there of this burning sulfur that rained down? Well, it seems that the culprit are these sulfur balls that are also found in this area.
Why is sulfur being found so significant? Because the Bible says in Genesis 19:24, "Then the Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah from the Lord out of the heavens." The second evidence that I want to highlight that the sites of Sodom and Gomorrah have been found is the discovery of ash and human bones from the burning of the 2 cities.
Human remains, bones, are all through this ash. As you can see, there's this destruction layer is filled with human bone remains. Here's some ribs found in this area, burned pottery, a total burn destruction.
Another evidence that these 2 locations fit the biblical description of Sodom and Gomorrah is that they have a significant burn destruction layer. The Bible says in Genesis 19:27 through 28, "Early in the morning, Abraham got up and returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah, toward all the land of the plain. And he saw dense smoke rising from the land, like smoke from a furnace." Obviously, the cities had been burned, and that's exactly what we find in these locations.
And what archaeologists found here was this burn destruction that goes across this site. This city came to an end through a fire destruction. So here you can see this ashy burn destruction layer just underneath the surface. It's full of human bone fragments, burned pottery, and it's covering the entire site.
Another evidence of these locations being the destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah is a burn layer over a former cemetery.
And what's really intriguing then is that they found a burn destruction across the cemetery that happened at the same time that the city was destroyed. So the city and the cemetery were destroyed in the same fire disaster. And there's no reason why an army would attack a bunch of graves and burn a cemetery. And so this was one of the major reasons that they interpreted the destruction here as being caused by a natural disaster. In the excavation report, they show pictures of the bones in the graves that were warped by the heat.
The last evidence I want to mention today is the cemetery itself. Obviously, is that if there was a large cemetery there, this was the location of a city. It has never been a city since it was destroyed.
So off in the distance here, you can see Babadra, identified as Sodom, and then right here to the southwest is this massive cemetery that you can see with all these pits that mark its boundaries. And these are formed because of the locals for decades have been coming and digging into these graves looking for antiquities to sell in the antiquity market.
So 5 evidences that the locations of the former Sodom and Gomorrah have been found. The sulfur being at these locations, the ash and bones being found, the burn destruction layer in these archaeological sites, the burn layer over the cemetery, and lastly, the large cemetery itself shows that these were cities, very likely the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, I encourage you to hit the like button and the subscribe button. I also encourage you to comment below. Thanks for watching.